else, like that agent, that publisher's spending like this amount of time on you, and then they're on to the next. And so I
Yeah.
think a lot of authors that get that do get a contract or that do get, published in a traditional way, some of them don't know or they don't realize the work that they really need to put into it to market, to market that book. And I think that that's probably a benefit. Someone that is doing the self-publishing route, you automatically, you know that. And you get your kind of, you learn how to do it. Yeah.
If you have a great career, like John Grisham, David Baldacci, James Patterson, obviously the big traditional
Obviously, yes.
publisher,
Yes.
they handle the marketing and the publication. They do a great job, and God bless them. Those authors all deserve it. They've got a great product, and they've done a lot. But I also know a lot of people who are saying they get in traditional publishing deals that they still, if they want to do a book tour, they're doing it all themselves out of their own pocket. They're
Yes.
doing every step of it. They might get a few books in a few bookstores, but that without doing it themselves, that's been about it. But the other truth nowadays seems to be both for fiction and even maybe even more so in nonfiction. If you think a traditional publisher is going to pick you up, the first thing a traditional publisher is looking at now is how many followers do you
That's
have on
right.
Instagram?
That's
How many
right.
followers do you have on YouTube and
That's
TikTok?
right.
If you don't have 100,000 of this or a million of that or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter if you're, especially even nonfiction, you're the best expert in the world and you've got the best story to tell. You don't have to follow, and you're not getting it. And that's been something that's started a few years ago, but it's accelerating now. Again, as social media continues to grow and its
Exactly.
influence. Yeah,
Yeah, because I think that Book Talk and you and BookTube, things like this have done so much for the book business. Some people, there's a debate on the harm or the good, how much harm and good that
hmm
it's having on it. And I think that there's healthy room for debate for that. But one of the things that it is doing is it's almost like I'm not going to say a revitalization of books, but maybe like a revitalization of books. And there's energy and synergy with just people centering conversations about books more is helping to drive book sales. And it's something that publishing companies are really, looking at and having to take more seriously within it. So you're absolutely right. I can definitely see a big change from then to now, like wanting to
yeah,
know how many followers that you have. And I think if you're not that type of person or you don't have that platform and you've just been focused on doing the writing but not thinking about doing any of the marketing, it sets, yeah, you're kind of set up in that way.
yeah.
And I also find that when I was in the book publishing in that way, or in the book world, those years ago, there was a different type of stigma with self-published authors than there is today. And that's totally different. Do you feel that?
Absolutely. Let the truth be told, there was not a lot of options like there is today. Again, today you want to write a manuscript and upload it on, to ebook on Amazon, Kindle. Absolutely, you can do that in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You can upload a book and format it with a tool that's available from Ingram Spark, who many people use because that's the main distributor that the bookstores order from. For example, you can be a self-published author relatively easy and relatively inexpensively.